What is up, guys? ManagerCap1 here. Today, I will be giving you a VOD review, but it's a very important VOD review, and the lesson to be learned here, I believe, is you should always read your patch notes fully. And I stopped doing it a long time ago, and I regret it. But we are here, level 1, piled up for the Blitzcrank invade, and I'm against a Kennan top lane this game. I flashed forward to get the assist, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten it, but I wanted the assist in case anything actually did happen, and it did happen, so there I flashed forward. I am running this game on Singed, or I should say I ran this game on Singed. Phase Rush with Hex Flash, and then Water Walking with TP Flash, and I went into this game with the intention to try out something very specific against a Kennan top lane. The Kennan top lane this game was a 71% win rate Kennan, and this game was played in Master Tier. This is Master Tier with a couple GMs sprinkled in there. So going into this game, I was trying to cook a new strategy, and before this, I had a conversation with a couple of other Singed mains where I was reading their items after someone showed me that apparently the rank 1 Korean Cho'Gath player is running Shurelya's every game, and I was like, why would he do that? Shurelya's doesn't get movement speed anymore, because in patch 11.2 back in season 11 they actually took the movement speed out of that item with Aether Wisp. But apparently, and I didn't know this until yesterday, that they had actually put Aether Wisp and subsequently movement speed, or I should say consequentially movement speed, back into the build path of the item. It now, once again, since season 14 patch 2 sorry, season 14 patch 1, so over a year now, it has given movement speed again. And those of you who watched for a very long time would know that I actually used to build Shurelya's on Singed because it is, you know, obviously a decent item on him. It is cheap, it gives you movement speed, and it gives you a burst of movement speed. I stopped buying it in season 11 patch 2 because they had taken the Aether Wisp out of the recipe, and I just assumed that it never came back because I didn't fully read my patch notes. So for over a year now, this item is given movement speed, and I haven't known that. Shurelya is sort of going to function for me on Singed like a mini Predator, where the whole purpose of the item is to get you in range and give you a cheap first item spike, right? It is 2,200 gold. It gives, I believe, it is 50 ability power, 4% movement speed. Then you get base mana regen, and I think it's 15 ability haste. No health. Way back in the day, this item used to give health as well. It used to build out of Aether Wisp and Kindle Gem. Now it is just going to be a Aether Wisp, and then the support Bandle Glass Mirror, I think is what it's called. Bandle Glass Mirror, for those of you who don't know, is actually the worst item in the game gold efficiency wise, but Shurelya's definitely is not in terms of efficiency. But the whole purpose of the item is to get me in range. It's to keep me on target. Stopping Kennan's teleport here with my goo, and also level 1 there. You'll notice back in the laning phase, I actually used my Hex Flash from using my flash at level 1 to. Because it's better over here from level 1 to actually Hex Flash onto the wave and farm it a little bit faster without Kennan messing with me. So I know that Kindred is bot side right now. She is fighting my Jarvan, and even then, I tried to stop his recall there again. Couldn't I actually mess it up a little bit? But I know that she is top or bot side because she was fighting Jarvan. I'm scouting her camps right now. Her Krugs are still up, so I know that there's a possibility of Kindred being back in top side soon. And so I need to either clear this wave and execute, or I need to recall or execute right then and there. I decide because Kindred has gotten denied some camps, and because she was low level compared to Jarvan when she went bottom, that if I die, I die. But I might not die because she's lower level than me. So I risk it for the proxy right there, knowing that her Krugs are up. But where actually was she here? She was actually going towards River here, which I didn't know. So I just continue my proxy here because she didn't show up. I assume she's on Krugs right now, but I didn't actually know for sure. Because my plan was to execute on the wave, and I did. So there we go. I'm going to be rushing Aether Wisp here. Aether Wisp building into Shurelya's. Gives 4% movement speed, gives 30 AP, and it costs 900 gold. This used to be 850 gold for 5%, and I believe 35 AP, but it got nerfed down along with the nerf to every other item in the game as well, which I think is fine. I'm waiting for boots here, I believe, just tier 1 boots. And then, because of my team comp having Hui and Kennan and Blitzcrank, my first item rush this game actually, I think, was a Merc Treads. As you can see, with the level 1 that I was able to do with Hex Flash, which I guess you could technically just burn your flash to farm the minions from the bush like that. But with the prio I was able to get, the Kennan actually has not really lane versus me at all this game, which I'll say is good. My goal right here is to try and push the wave and go for the proxy. I have a ward available, so I'm going to go ahead and ward this bush, I think, as I did here. Yep, Kennan shows up. He's blocking the proxy. That's fine. He loses a singular CS for that. But my goal now is to get this wave pushed in, and I don't want to get the wave slow pushed into me. So I go ahead and pop my ultimate straight up. I know grubs are up, and normally you want to save your ult for grubs, but Jarvan's not here. Right, Jarvan's bot side. I see my map bot side right now, so I assume we're not contesting these grubs, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop my ultimate and walk around for the proxy. With my ultimate to tank, Kennan has scouted my ward, which is totally fine. But that being said, was he trying to freeze here? He was trying to freeze here actually before he started to clear the wave, because he assumed that I wouldn't proxy because he poked me down. But I had my ultimate running, so I'm good to go here for the most part. So my team is fighting bot side, and I know that Kindred is probably on grubs right now. Was she on grubs? She was absolutely on grubs right now. So I'm good to go for one more proxy, which I do. Team's fighting bot side. I'm over here farming. I'm chilling. Kennan's still in the lane. I see him on the map. And I grab my wave, and I recall immediately. Let's see where Kindred goes. Kindred goes for the counter jungle. She goes for the blue buff, right? She could also go for me here right now, but I think she assumed it wasn't worth it because my team already got the first blood feat, so... Not the first blood feat, sorry, the first 3 kill feat. Recall, purchase an all magic mantle. You want to stop executing around level 6 when the timer is not optimal anymore. Then I jog back to lane and actually spot Kindred on a ward right there, so I know where she is going with this mark right here. Now I'm jogging back to lane. My ultimate is down, but it's up in 15 seconds if I have to use it again to push, because I used the full duration of the ultimate and then kept farming afterwards. Before the cooldown is very forgiving for me right now. And eventually I will also have CDR from Aether Wisp, or sorry, not Aether Wisp, from Bandleglass Mirror, and subsequently Shurelya's 15 ability haste for 2200 gold. The stats in the item very nice. Obviously it's not going to give you HP, but the purpose of the item is not to make you tanky. The purpose of the item is to make you fast, and as you'll see this game, it definitely accomplishes that. Using my W on Kennan to stack my Mana Flow Band, I guess you could run Nimbus Cloak if you still prefer that. I've been liking Mana Flow Band a lot. Nimbus Cloak just doesn't work with teleport anymore, so I don't really see a point to run it with the way that I play top lane with teleport. So I just don't run it honestly anymore. I don't know why they made it so Nimbus Cloak doesn't work with TP. I think because they buffed the TP movement speed coming out of it, so they don't want it to go too fast. That's probably why. But taking a recall here, I could go for the proxy, but I am poked down, and I know that I just cleared the wave, and Kennan has to clear an entire wave before he can push into my turret. So I get my tier 2 boots on the recall, and I'm going back to lane here. We look at the, can I look at the gold difference here? There's a button to push. Look for, I thought it was X, but it's not working anymore. Not I, not J. The gold difference button. I don't know. All I know is that I should be slightly ahead of him in gold because I have a slight CS lead. Well, I guess not anymore after that wave, but I had a slight CS lead and a plate and an assist above Kennan. Well, he has, I guess, Cole, but a lot of time Cole is kind of a trap item if you're not getting like a big CS lead anyways, because you're essentially buying what is like a support gold generation item that you have to last hit with, in my opinion. But I guess it's still fine, like if you know you're just gonna be farming for a while, it's not that bad. I do play it on Singe sometimes. I haven't played it in a while though, because I've just been experimenting with items. I have really enjoyed the Shurelya's quite a bit. So here Kennan is in my face. I use my ultimate just to get tanky a little bit while I'm full HP, and then use my R to clear the wave. This is a strat that you can do, and I think that in fact you should do if you need to just shove the wave and look for the proxy. And the reason why I'm doing this over and over is because Jarvan is playing for bot side, so I don't want to be underneath my turret. I don't want to be getting victimized by Kennan. That makes the game harder for Jarvan, right? I want Jarvan to think about playing the game that he's been playing successfully, which is ganking for bot side. Now, I would be more upset if he wasn't succeeding bot side and then not ganking Kennan, but that would also require me to be getting pushed under my turret, which I am not. So blow Kennan's TP there, take a little plant over the wall, recall. I'm gonna build towards my Shurelya's here. I think I finished it here because it's 2200. I did not actually finish it there, but I have Aether Wisp, I have tier 2 boots, I have another Amp Tome, so I have 80 AP. I think Kennan, how much AP does Kennan have here? Kennan has 86 AP, but he's buying actual like pure combat components, and I also have a defensive component, which is the Merc Treads, so I can tank out his damage just a little bit better. And also a little bit of CDR means that my ultimate right now is 95 seconds. It's only 5 ability haste on the glowing mode, which goes 10, I believe, on Vandal Glass Mirror, which goes to 15 on the full completion of my Shurelya. So I get poked out a bit there, but I do have teleport, so I'm going to go ahead and recall and look for my TP. I know that Kennan already used his. Jarvan puts his flag in the pit. I'm watching for that intentionally right now because I know that my TP's. I know that Kennan's going to move to Grubs. Right, I pinged my teleport as well. You can see I pinged it, so Jarvan knows that I have it. As soon as he puts the flag down, I'm going to go ahead and TP over. Jarvan gets a kill on Kindred because she has no ult, no flash, but I'm already here running over the river, through the river, I should say. I do have water walking here, so I'm nice and fast in the river. It's only plus 10 movement speed, but when you have, it's only plus 10 flat movement speed, but when you have plus 2% in your minor runes, you have plus 1% and 7% boost on celerity, and then you have 4% on Aether Wisp. It turns out you actually do it quite fast from that plus 10%, or sorry, from that plus flat 10. Singed enjoys flat movement speed boost a lot. He also enjoys percent movement speed boost because, you know, movement speed is movement speed, right? Clip that pink ward. Gonna go over here and ward for the Kennan, see if he's watching for my proxy. He's actually taking a recall here because he is poked out from my ultimate. I guess he was scared of a dive. I'm not fully sure, but I am just looking for the proxy, and if he guarded that wave, I would just backed off. Turns out because Kennan backed off, I can actually use the 3 grubs that we just got to look for this turret plate. And I have a lot of gold now. He has a full Leandries, and I know that he has a full Leandries as I see him right now. I'm gonna go ahead and back off. I tried to block the Kennan last hit, but unfortunately I mistimed it. That's okay. Take my recall here. And then I believe I buy Shurelya's here. This does end up with a power spike versus a power spike. His Leandris is a decent power spike, but I also have tier 2 boots over him, right? So he has 94, 96 AP currently. He's picked up a flower, but I have 80 AP. So he technically has more AP than me until I pop my ult, then I'll have more. But he has a combat item and I have a support item. Theoretically, I should not really be able to kill him, but the power of the movement speed on Singed is something you will witness right now. So Kennan's last hitting minions under turret. I put W down. I am trying to catch him under my turret. I think that he, with the goo flash fling, I think he knows. I think he's aware because he never got that close to my turret after I put that W down. I'm sure he's probably played against the Singed before who has done this to him, but if you don't know, what you can do is you can put goo in front of your turret, and then you can flash fling enemy top laner into it to try and root them for turret shots. Just like this right here. I popped the Shurelya's for a little bit of extra gap close, and I use it to get out of his ultimate range as well, which I believe does deal damage consistently while you're in it. And then I run him down with the fling auto, poison, kill him. He did have his flash available. I think he just thought he would kill me straight up, but the defensive power of the Merc Treads with the movement speed and utility of the Shurelya's does pull through for me. And while I do have less HP than him, again, I do have more resistance right now, and now I'm going to start stacking a lot of HP afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this turret plate, right, or these turret plates right here. I actually missed this one, I think, if I recall, because it hits 14 minutes. I didn't see the timer. That was my bad. But yeah, I missed that turret plate. That ends up not being too great. But I'm watching the map right now, and I'm seeing if Kennan's going to teleport right after he respawns. I'm waiting to see if he has TP or not. When he doesn't TP immediately to catch this wave, I know his TP is down, otherwise he would have TP'd, and Kindred died in mid, and I see Blitzcrank bottom, so I can go for this turret first blood right now. Also see Hui there recalling, actually. I didn't even notice it during the game, but we do see him technically, so if you're hyper map aware, you can make something happen with that. So Kennan shows back up in the lane. He does have swiftness boots up. I think he wants to try and kill me because he does have flash up. He knows that my flash is down. He actually eased forward. As soon as he eased forward, I pop Shurelya's, and I am out of there. Now, all of a sudden, Kennan, guess what, has overextended, getting baited by my Shurelya's cooldown. Karma shows up. Alt Q, root. He's on my goo, kites back towards them, and just dies. He doesn't even bother flashing because he knows that it's over at that point. So now I have generated an absolutely massive amount of gold compared to Kennan. I wish I could hit the correct key binding to show. What is the key binding for showing the toggle scoreboard items? X. Hide HUD, show health bars. I think it's this. I think it's X. Yep, it's X. Okay. So if I just rewind a little bit and show you the gold differential gained here. From the time that I solo killed him to pushing the turret, to pushing the wave, to getting the assist afterwards, it is an absolutely massive amount of gold differential. So when we're fighting, I am actually down gold straight up compared to him. I'm not really sure how I'm down gold because we have even CS and we have even, I guess he's, oh, it's probably the call combined with the one wave lead. Then he got one plate as well. So I didn't know that. I assumed that we were even in gold there, but I guess that makes sense with the call plus the one wave lead. But now I get a solo kill on him and I'm actually ahead of him by 100 gold. Then fast forward a bit, push the turret, miss the plate, of course, so that I'll be ahead even more. Get another wave, I am ahead 200 gold. Now I go for the turret first blood. Now I'm ahead. Even more, I'm ahead 500 gold. Grab the wave, kite away, I'm up 600 gold. Up 500 after he kills the wave. Then I got the assist on this guy right here. He actually doesn't kill the full wave. Now I am up 700 gold. Sorry, 600 gold still. Almost 700 after this wave, or more than 700 after this wave, sorry. Now I'm up 700, now I'm up 800 gold. 800 gold lead generated just like that over my lane opponent, which is absolutely no joke for this early in the game. Especially when my first item spike is so cheap, the 800 gold lead does mean quite a bit. So, recall, get components for Leandries. You could go Rylai's here, I suppose, but I wanted to test out having damage second because Leandries is very, very core on Singed. So I wanted to test out the damage portion of the build second, and I think I do like it this way. But I guess technically, sorry, there's a replay bug. It's playing the Singed ult audio. Well, that goes away after the next time I ult. So yeah, sorry about that. I want to test out the damage portion of the build. I am still up quite a bit of gold, even though he's been farming, and I see Kennan moving towards mid here. I see enemy team in mid. We saw Blitzcrank over here. I believe we saw him. We saw, okay, so no, that was just still Kennan. But Kennan moves forward. He ults Karma in the face with the flash. Ezreal gets out from the Hui ult. Then he dies to Kennan, unfortunately, but I TP'd in. As you can see, I see this happening in mid, and I'm teleporting as soon as I see it. I could have followed him knowing he was there. I didn't think that we would get caught, but that's also my fault. I should just assume they get caught, but I get a W on Kennan, fling him into the bush, get a right click for phase rush. Unfortunately, Kindred does ult, but then I follow them with poison on. Poison last hits Kennan, poison last hits Kindred, fling Hui, and then Jarvan EQs him, and Hui dies as well for a little triple kill for me. One thing I want to show you guys is the usage of Shurelya's here. So notice when I pop the Shurelya's is actually quite good for this fight. It won't seem like it, but trust me, it is. So with Phase Rush, I have about 600 movement speed there. I get caught inside of the Kindred ultimate, and then Kennan jumps away, and then I was slowed by Hui as well, and stunned by Kennan. So as soon as I come out of this circle, I actually pop Shurelya's to keep up movement speed with him. Right? And I use that movement speed right there to actually fling the Hui. I had 611, 615 movement speed there, which leads into a knock-up combo with Jarvan, which leads into Hui flashing, which leads into him dying even though he flashed. So getting that extra fling makes a world of difference right there. Now I have a triple kill under my belt. I have a wave as well. I have a turret here as well. I'm up over 1,000. I'm up 1,200 gold in the Kennan now after getting those 3 kills. I got the turret here in mid. I got the wave as well. And we're up about 1,500, sorry, 1,700 gold. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Big gold lead. So taking a recall here. I have Leandry's money here, I believe. And we got a lot of value in mid lane as well, so I buy Leandry's. My next item was going to be either a Rylai's or a Dead Man's Plate, so I bought a Ruby Crystal built into both. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to buy yet. But the Shurelya's value of this game has been quite good. It does technically, or it used to show you how many times you've actually empowered allies with it, but I'm not really buying this for allies, honestly. I'm mostly buying it for myself to use as like a gap closer tool versus range comps like this, and I will say this game, it worked very, very well. Very much enjoyed the Shurelya's versus this comp. And because they are a squishy ranged comp, I would not technically need Bloodletters that early to shred MR. Eventually, yes, I would buy it this game to deal with Blitzcrank becoming very tanky later on. But for now, I don't need Bloodletters. I'm better off buying utility, mobility, tankiness, things like that, right? Versus squishier comps like this. So I got bot turret as well. My gold lead is absolutely ginormous. I'm 2,000 gold up on Kennan now. And the reason why I'm running up the river right now is I saw Kindred walking into our jungle there. See, I pinged Kindred, so we actually catch Kindred here. I want to see if I can catch her without ulting, so I just pop Shurelya's, but she's pretty fast, so I pop ult and Shurelya's there. She actually uses her smite to slow me, and normally I could never catch this without having a Shurelya's or Ghost, using Ghost, right? But I just catch her with the ult plus Shurelya's there pretty easily. I think I missed my... Did I miss W, or did I use it on her? So I tried to use it on her. I assumed she would kite towards him, but she didn't. So it was a miss on the W. But having the movement speed burst, movement speed item, plus the movement speed runes allows me to catch the Kindred like this, run her down, get my Ezreal a kill, run back bottom, farm this wave up, grab some of the Slars on the way, and just generating big leads. My Malzahar gets tier 2 top turret as well, which is even more gold for us. Kennan is also dead, so while he's dead, he's not farming. And I'm approaching a 2,300 gold lead, which should, I think, be 2,300, 2,400 here. Yeah, so we're actually 2,400 gold up right now on the Kennan, which is absolutely ginormous. Okay, my Karma is pinging Kennan. I do not have Shurelya's right now, but he actually does step into poison a little bit there, and then she walks up, I think, just to poke him. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's dive. If I die, I die. I have flash. I didn't think that I would die, but I did flash out, and it ended up dying, unfortunately. I thought I would just be fine, because I assumed Kennan was the only one here. That's my bad. We actually did see Hui moving on the ward there, so that's my bad for dying here. I could have just avoided this death entirely, or even just avoided flashing and not using my flash there. Would have been, I think, an okay 1-for-1, but MF ends up getting a kill on my team, or on me, and I was a shutdown, and then I think, yeah, gets double, and then she kind of pops off here low-key. I'm just, you know, chilling, watching this MF pop off as I'm dead, which is not super fortunate for me, but sometimes that's how it goes. She gets a triple kill, Jarvan gets pulled out of his EQ, and yeah, not a great play. I could have avoided it if I paid more attention to where the Hui was moving. That's my bad. I didn't need to make that play at all. But that being said, you know, I still have a big gold lead over Kennan. He was still dead for that entire play, besides the fact that I went 1-for-1 for him. Ezreal is looking for, or not looking for enemy team. He is scouting enemy team here. I am teleporting back in. I have purchased Dead Man's Play components because MF just got a bunch of kills, so she's strong. I pop ultimate as soon as I come in because I don't know exactly where anyone is. We get a scout on the enemy team there with a blue trinket, and I see that's not that high or low of HP, the Otacon. And then Ezreal snipes Kindred, so I'm waiting for this Hui root thing. It goes away, but Blitzcrank pulls me in, trying to root me there. And then I just pop Shurelya on top of MF and just start running her down, just start autoing her or poisoning her. Malzahar finishes her off, and then I am out of there with a bit of help from Karma with a nice little fight. Once again, Kennan just does nothing and dies. He has 7,200 gold. I have 10,000 gold, so I have almost a 3,000 gold lead now. The guy just hasn't really had a chance to farm. I am up 30 plus CS. You know, I'm up an item. I'm up 2 items on him, actually, because he still has components for item number 2. He doesn't have his rocket belt yet, and he is just not having a great time right now at all. Also, I will be playing Shurelya's more on the channel in the coming days. I'm really enjoying this item. I didn't know that it gave movement speed again for over a year. I had no, because I didn't read my patch notes, and I just assumed that it was still the season 11 version and not the season 10 version. The season 10 version gave movement speed. I loved that item back then, but yeah, I didn't know. So here I see Blitzcrank. I know Blitz and Hui are there. I don't think they can kill me if I do get pulled because Kennan's top, and I can just ult away for MF and Kindred because I do a Dead Man's Plate as well. I have plus 8% movement speed in components, and then my celerity is giving me a permanent plus 12 right now in movement speed if I have 100 stacks on my DMP, which is super good. Team is doing Otacon, Kennan's pushing top lane, but I'm like, you know what, Otacon for tier 1 top, that's fine. I just want to make sure that my team gets value here, and then I will recall here to deal with Kennan's split push in case he does go for tier 2. But you'll see coming out of the base with home guards, I am lightning fast with my Dead Man's Plate and Shurelya's and celerity and movement speed shard. I am almost 700 movement speed, decaying down to over 500, decaying down to I think like 480, 454. But yeah, still very fast. If I had Swifties, I would be faster, but I don't think this was the game to go Swifties, so this was the rare Merc Treads game. As much as I love Swifties, and Swifties with this would be even crazier. That being said, you will see me make a absolutely crazy play later on with the movement speed of the build that I am running here. The move spam Singe, the Deadman Shurelya's. Except it's like not completely that way because you are still also just buying a standard Singe build, just adding a Shurelya's onto it. So it is good though. It was a very fun build. Here I am rotating to go bottom because I do need to use my teleport soon, and Baron is the next objective that is up. So I want to be able to match opposite side and either TP early to the fight or TP in a good position for the fight. But then my team pings to push mid, so I actually stopped. Kennan scouts me there in the bush. I didn't think he would, but I thought he had a ward in that bush because of that Q. He actually, did he have a ward? He had no ward in that bush, so he just kind of guessed that I was in there. Impressive by him. That being said, I am just looking for whatever my team wants now. They're pinging over here. And with Shurelya's, I'm able to help them get into range, which is kind of my goal here. We see that Karma gets pulled in mid. I pop ultimate, I pop Shurelya's, I'm trying to get in range, trying to get whoever I can. I see Kindred here, a little bit overextended. Get a flash fling on her, blow her flash as well. We do have the Otacon Resurrection because that's in the game for some fucking reason. And so I'm like, you know what? We have the Resurrection, just play as aggressively as we want. Not like that aggressive. Like, you don't want to waste it, right? But you do want to use the Resurrection aggressively and try and get objectives. Is what we're doing over inhibitor here. And then I think in hindsight, the correct play was to actually leave and push bottom, but I think the whole team just wanted to kind of use their Resurrection here. So we're just Nexus diving at this point at 24 minutes in the game. You could also run this with Gathering Storm. You could go Scorch, obviously. You don't have to go Water Walking with this setup, and you don't have to go Hex Slash. You could go whatever secondaries you want. I just run Hex Slash for the range matchup because it helps a lot in the early game versus range if you can find your procs and stuff. So we're Nexus diving now just for shits and giggles. Caught in the Kindred ultimate, but she's also in here with me. Karma gets a nice Q on her right before we die, and Leandries does kill her. So even though we're Nexus diving, we do kill too. And they get some gold for us, but they only get 200 a pop, and they still have to heal and buy. Meanwhile, we're resurrecting and buying. We got home guards at a base. This Otacon should just not be in the game. Don't know why it is, but now I'm level 16 Singed. I'm 7, 3, and 6. I have Rylan's components because it's a good item against that team comp, and they haven't built any MR besides Blitzcrank. I was gonna go Bloodletters after this if the game went that long, but they just kind of haven't. And then I think on a 6-item build, I don't know if I would sell Shurelya's. It seems like it's not worth it to sell it versus a comp like this. I think I'd rather just keep it versus a comp like this, or maybe sell it and get a Rocket Belt instead. But I see my team is going for Baron over here, and I see Kennan's moving over this way. I see him teleporting as well on this, as well as for some reason we have a ward in their base. But I teleport across just to protect my team, and then I'm using my Shurelya's and ult and 3 stacks of passive here from my team to catch Kennan in mid, who we saw pushing underneath turret, and actually catch him from the river. Predator Singed is back, by the way. And then we just run the rest of them down. We run Kindred down, get a fling as I get pulled over the wall. Can't tank the MF too much, even though I have 268 armor. Just don't want to die to her. She is quite strong, so. Low Blitzcrank Slash as well. And then they have 2 dead. We have none dead and a Baron. Rip my mouse hard. Alright, so just trying to zone MF a little bit here. Unfortunately, the combination of MFR plus Malzahar getting picked means we cannot end the game, but there is a dragon available, and there is a bot lane to push. I should have actually grabbed these plants, both of them. I think I only grabbed the one, though. Did I grab both of them? Tell me I have a brain I grabbed both. I did not grab both. Wow, okay. But I want to either go for dragon or recall. My team wants to push bottom, so I'm like, okay, whatever, we'll push bottom. They're looking for turret. I am just zoning Kennan off here. My team is poking the absolute shit out of the enemy, and we're just waiting, trying to not overextend or anything here. I think Kindred gets sniped here. She does not get sniped there, but I don't want to overextend yet because my ultimate is down. She does get sniped here. When I have ultimate up, I can go a bit harder, right? And with the 15 ability haste from my Shurelya's, what is my cooldown on ultimate? I think it's like 95. It's 86.9. I guess we have other stats that from like dragons and shit that are contributing, but I have 15 flat ability haste. I actually want to check after this fight what my ultimate cooldown was as soon as I got it. Wait, none of our dragons are giving ability haste, so shouldn't this be? I think I'm doing the math wrong in my head. I thought 15 ability haste was 95 seconds, not 86. No, I'm wrong. It is 86. Yeah, sorry, my bad. It is 86 because, what is the item? Cosmic Drive puts you down to 80, and that's 25 ability haste, so 10 less ability haste, yeah. Makes sense. We're just pushing kind of slowly here, looking for the end. I'm not walking up to the Nexus in case MF tries to just kill me, but then she flashes away, and then we just end the game. Let me go ahead and show you the post-game lobby stats of this game. It is, I played this game yesterday though, so it's not a fresh lobby, but it is a good game, I think, to learn from. I ended up 13.6k gold to Kennan's 9.5k gold. I think he still had more damage than me because he is playing Kennan and he got ultimates off. But that being said, I had an absolutely excellent game. I was a big contributor towards my team's win. Is water walking mandatory with this setup? No. Should I have taken something else? I should have maybe taken Gathering Storm here and would have been fine. I just don't think water walking gave me that much value except for harassing Kennan in the early game after the grubs, and then at the very end, getting a little bit of extra movement speed to just use like a season 15 Predator to run him down. But yeah, good game overall. Had fun, and I will be trying out Shurelya's more in the coming days. I really enjoyed the movement speed on the item. I enjoyed the build path. I enjoyed the early game that you get from it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Mwah. Peace, guys.